Hey, everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got some breaking news here. The Winklevoss twins, Tyler and Cameron, just tweeted out that they have donated $2 million in Bitcoin to presidential candidate Donald Trump, who is, of course, a former president. This is significant. And they cited the reason they are supporting Donald Trump is that the Biden administration has been against crypto. They highlighted Operation Choke Point 2.0, the lack of clarity coming out of the SEC, and much more. This is pretty devastating for the Biden administration because these guys are well known. They're making it public, and that's a large amount of money that they're donating. And they put out a photo of them meeting with Donald Trump. And we've seen lately, Donald Trump has been meeting with the crypto industry, Bitcoin miners, and many other folks. So he has a lot of momentum here with the crypto industry. And in addition to the fact that the crypto industry has been raising tons of money, over $100 million to donate to pro-crypto candidates, many of whom, of course, are Republicans. Not to say that there aren't pro-crypto candidates on the Democrat side, but it's been largely Republicans because many of the Democrats have been aligning themselves with Elizabeth Warren. So it's a mess on the Democrat side, and I don't know if they're going to be able to save themselves from this narrative that's already out there, which was created by Elizabeth Warren. But let me read some of what Tyler Winklevoss tweeted out. It's a long thread, so I'm just going to give you parts of it. He says, I just donated $1 million in Bitcoin, approximately 15.47 Bitcoin, to Donald Trump and will be voting for him in November. Here's why. Over the past few years, the Biden administration has openly declared war against crypto. It has weaponized multiple government agencies to bully, harass, and sue good actors in our industry in an effort to destroy it. This administration's actions have been nothing short of an unprecedented abuse of power wielded entirely for twisted political gain at the complete expense of innovation, the American taxpayer, and the American economy. There is nothing the Biden administration can do or say at this point to pretend otherwise. Wow. Now it goes on and on and on. Once again, he cites Operation Choke Point 2.0 and much more, but here's his closing paragraph. He says, President Donald J. Trump is the pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto, and pro-business choice. This is not even remotely open for debate. Anyone who tells you otherwise is severely misinformed, delusional, or not telling the truth. It's time to take our country back. It's time for the crypto army to send a message to Washington that attacking us is political suicide. This is why I will be casting my vote for President Trump in November, and I hope you will too onward. So we know that, look, crypto is not the number one ballot issue for the majority of Americans. However, when it comes to a close election, which I think this will be, getting the crypto vote could help Donald Trump win here. And that's all feelings and emotions aside. I'm not saying who I'm voting for because I'm trying to remain neutral here and not sway anybody, but just report the facts. And we're seeing some clear facts that the crypto industry is backing Donald Trump. So it's looking bad for Biden here. And of course, Tyler Winklevoss retweeted his brother saying he will also donate 1 million in Bitcoin. So that's why it's 2 million in total. And he says, here's the TLDR. President Trump is pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto, pro-business, and so forth. And they also highlighted that their crypto exchange, Gemini, that they will now facilitate crypto contributions for pro-crypto candidates. Any U.S. campaign that is interested in accepting donations in crypto can work with us by emailing campaigns@gemini.com. So they have their exchange set up to help facilitate crypto donations. Now, Caitlin Long weighed in on the news of Tyler and Cameron donating to President Trump, and she is very familiar with Operation Choke Point 2.0, and she said the reasoning is worth the read. One thing I'll add, Tyler, is that the Fed is also a very much part of Operation 2.0, doing exactly the things the other federal banking agencies are doing, which you described well. The rule of law must come back to the U.S., period. Even Anthony Scaramucci, who has been very anti-Trump, we've seen this time and time again, he tweeted out regarding this news, Gary Gensler should resign immediately. Ask the president to go to Senator Chuck Schumer and ask him to work with Patrick McHenry to pass a comprehensive blockchain legislation to clear up the current anxiety. Don't risk losing the election for Gensler and Warren's nonsense. Wow. Wow. Guys, if you would have asked me last year, do you think we're going to get legislation? Do you think crypto is an election issue? I would have said no way. And then this year we saw an epic change in the political winds here where crypto is an election issue, is a ballot issue, and has become very political. It's amazing what's happening. Now, there was some controversy around a meme coin, I think it's DJT, which was created on behalf of Donald Trump, but he had nothing to do with it. And his former advisor says the president and his son, Barron, had nothing to do with the launch of the meme coin. The controversy comes because Martin Shkreli, Pharma Boy, remember the Pharma Boy guys who went to jail? He's now free and he's been active in crypto, but apparently he created this meme coin. There was actually an incredible Twitter Spaces yesterday. I was listening in, and it's such a mess. But just a FYI that the Donald Trump campaign is coming out saying, yeah, we had nothing to do with that. Barron had nothing to do with the meme coin. So seems somebody's lying here. I would lean more to Donald Trump and his son versus Martin Shkreli, who's, has been to jail and has been kind of shady in the past. Just FYI about that. And moving ahead, we got news that 3iQ in Canada, not the US, Canada, has applied for a Solana spot ETF. Now, Canada had Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs before the United States. But this is a clear sign that other altcoin ETFs will be coming up, guys. And I think once the Ethereum spot ETF is live, don't be surprised if we see Solana or XRP ETFs being filed in the United States. Now, will they get approved is the question, because Gensler's throwing Solana and other tokens into lawsuits, right? And you also have the Ripple case still not resolved with the SEC. So the SEC is the one who has to approve these things. So I don't know if it happens, this cycle or until Gensler is out. So it's still interesting that these things are happening globally. And I think they will eventually be live in the United States. We just got to be patient and go through the updates here. But interesting development. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo, which is one of the top tier crypto custodians in the market. BitGo works with many big brands, including Bitstamp Exchange, Bitcoin IRA, Pantera Capital, that's Dan Morehead's hedge fund. Nike also uses BitGo's wallet services for its NFTs. BitGo offers services such as hot wallets, custodial wallets, self-managed cold wallets, and NFT wallets. So I've interviewed Mike Belshi, the founder who was working in Web 1.0 and 2.0, and now he's here building in 3.0. So check out BitGo. Go to bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, today there were oral arguments for Kraken Exchange's motion to dismiss against the SEC, and it was not so good because the judge was almost seemed biased towards the SEC. Here's one of his quotes that he initially gave to the Kraken lawyers. He said, I pretty much agree with what the SEC is arguing at this stage, but see if you can change my mind. Not good, but this is why we need Congress to act, right? And pretty much the outcome after the oral arguments was that this is in a very similar situation to the Coinbase case, the SEC versus Coinbase. Now, both Kraken and Coinbase are countersuing the SEC. So this is a mess. We need Congress to act, and we have to keep fighting. At this point, the SEC is throwing everything that they can against crypto. They just sued Uniswap, Robinhood, and so forth. And my hope is that all these companies countersue and they even come together and put more pressure on the SEC. And look, the SEC is not in a good spot. They're losing people. They just lost one of their heads of crypto enforcement, and they've been losing in the courts as well. But you're going to see differing opinion from different judges in different circuits. So Congress needs to act. We need to get the Fit 21 bill through the Senate, and then it has to be signed into law. But we're making progress. But just FYI on this Kraken Exchange lawsuits, not a good outcome overall. James Murphy, Meta Lawman, weighed in saying SEC versus Kraken hearing update. The hearing on Kraken's motion to dismiss just concluded in federal court in San Francisco. Before any argument, the judge declared he was inclined to follow the rulings of judges Rakoff and Fila and denied a motion to dismiss. I don't think he heard anything during the argument that would change his mindset. This means Kraken's case will likely go on to years of costly discovery, just like the Ripple case. At this point, only Congress can prevent the SEC from continuing to bleed out crypto markets in the US with endless legal fees and costs. So, well put. And guys, Michael Saylor at it again. He announced today that MicroStrategy has acquired an additional 11,931 Bitcoin for approximately $786 million using proceeds from convertible notes and excess cash for approximately $65,883 per Bitcoin. Wow, guys, MicroStrategy now holds over 226,000 Bitcoin, acquired for approximately $8.33 billion. This is incredible. I think this is going to pay off of Michael Saylor. The question was, would he be able to make it through the bear market? And he did. He came out on the other side. I talked a lot about it over the years. How was he going to handle 2022 and 2023? And he came out on the other side of it, and I think it's going to pay off incredibly for him. And he's been doing that arbitrage by having Bitcoin in his company stock, right, where people can get access to Bitcoin via his company stock, and people are paying a premium, and it worked out well for him. So a very interesting strategy in his part, and I think it's going to pay off very well for him because we've crossed the chasm. Wall Street's here, trying to grab up as much Bitcoin. Other companies are putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So he did it. I don't think unless there's something we don't know, he did it and he survived the bear market. All right, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. You can grab it on Amazon in both paperback and digital. Grab a couple copies, one for yourself and some for your friends and family. It will really help them to understand crypto. This book covers crypto's past, present, and future. For those of you who bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review for me. It would really help the podcast. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.